Here we are in Del Mar at the Romero compound, you can call it. There's a lot of history here, rehearsals over the years. There's a lot of good guitar karma in this room, and so we decided to come and do a couple of videos here on these two very special guitars that are made out of the same wood, that have a very big story, which we'll hear about in a minute. But welcome and ready to talk about some pine.
When I play these guitars with this pine from the Hospital Real, I feel like the guitar themselves want to tell me something. They have a story to tell. They have seen so much. And there are so many, they have such a wealth of overtones. And it's not that their volume is wonderful. They're absolutely resonant instruments. But it is all the subtleties within the tones that they have. That you can just spend time with the guitar alone and listening
To
what she has to say to you, what the wood have to say to you. Do you know the story about this wood?
Tell me the story about this wood.
I was having my home in Granada rebuilt, and the carpenter or cabinet maker, Paco Montañez, a great artist, a great artist. And when he was doing work in my house, he asked me if I wanted him to use really old wood, that he had some more than 500-year-old wood. And I said, of course, I love old wood. And he was using it for the steps that goes from the upper level to the lower level. And I looked at it, and Edmund Blochinger was with me too. And Edmund says, I'm going to steal your steps. If you have any more, don't use it. And look, he says, yeah, I have a couple of beams left. And then he told us that he had to reinforce the roof of the Hospital Real. And he put new beams because the old beams were warping a little bit, and they were afraid that the roof,
after 500 years,
was going to be damaged. With very precious designs and everything. So he got to take the old pieces with him. So Eddie and his son Florian and my grandson Bernardo and I and Carissa, we went to the shop. I remember that I put Pepe on Skype too. So he was virtually there. Actually, Eddie told him where to cut, how long the pieces had to be. And he cut them into the length that they needed to be. And we took them. And it got divided between Eddie and Pepe. At the end, whether it is pine, spruce, cedar, redwood, whatever it is, it becomes, it has to be a great piece of wood united with other great pieces of wood. and then the hands and the feeling of the maker. So what I would say is that a great pine guitar I like as much, and for their own special feeling that they have. You just don't see that many of them.
No.
And I think you don't see that many because pine has to be old, and it's very rare to get old enough pine.
Yeah, Eddie told me that it's a very impractical wood because by the time you cut it to the time you can use it, you're either dead or retired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's already a world-traveled guitar. It took a long time. It took 500 years for this guitar, the wood, to get out of Spain. But now that it's out of Spain, it's making its rounds.
It is.
Yeah.